A disclaimer, this is not a real counseling session. This is for a class assignment. Okay. Good evening. How are you today?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
I'm good. What brings you in today?
I've been having problems with the wife.
Okay. What type of problems you been having? What's your name again? I'm sorry. What's your name?
I'm Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis. Okay. So, Mr. Lewis, I hear you say that you've been having problems with your wife. What kind of problems?
Yeah, I feel like my wife is supposed to like follow my lead or whatever, you know.
When you mean follow your lead, what are you saying?
I mean, like me being the husband, I feel like I would always have like our best interests.
Okay. And she's not, when you say your best interest, she's not, you don't think she's following your lead? You don't think she's following your lead? That's what I'm hearing you saying.
No,
How is she not following your lead?
because I mean, I was raised up in a Baptist church, and
Okay.
she was raised up in Catholic.
Okay. She's Catholic and you're Baptist? Okay.
Correct.
And what seemed to be the problem? Tell me what seemed to be the problem with her being Baptist and you're Catholic? What's the,
I have no problem with her being Catholic per se. It's just that it became a problem when she got our 3-year-old baptized,
okay.
and I thought that that was a bad move, and I didn't agree with it because of the child being so young.
Okay, so when the child being so young, so you feel like, was it a he or she?
She,
You feel like your daughter was too young to be baptized at 3?
yes.
Is that a religious belief or is this a Baptist thing?
Yeah, more of a religious belief.
So you stated that your wife, you feel that she should have. So let me ask you this: she's attending? She's not attending your church. She's still attending her church.
Yes, until she got baptized.
Okay. And I'm asking, was your wife attending your church?
No, I would go to my own church, and she would go to her own church.
Have you communicated this to your wife that it seemed to be a problem that she hasn't changed her changed churches? Is there something going on with her where she feel like she don't want to switch to Baptist? It's against her religion to go to a Baptist church or what's
Yes, I brought it up to her. I mean, I'm not so much as upset as far as her going to want to go to a Catholic church. I just thought it was kind of wrong for her to get our daughter baptized.
So what I'm hearing you saying, so you don't have a problem with Catholics, you just have a problem with your daughter being that young and baptized?
A little bit of both. I kind of don't agree with being Catholic, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay. What are some of the issues that you're having with some of the Catholics, or per se, that's different from being Baptist? What are some of the things that you may have an issue with?
I just don't think that they have been led the right way.
Okay. And do you feel like your wife, when you communicated that to your wife, that you feel that she should, follow your church, how does she respond to it? Was she okay with it, or how did she respond?
She's not okay with it. She's like stuck, and she believes in what she believes in, and I believe in what I believe in.
So have you ever been to a Catholic church?
Yes, I went to a church before.
And so, have your wife ever attended a Baptist church?
Yes, she has.
So, is it the different? You said the different beliefs, the different. Is it the way they?
I think we just attend each other churches just to keep the peace.
Have you all? Well, I think that's a good idea. Have you all came with an idea? Maybe every other Sunday you rotate. Like maybe this Sunday I attend my wife's church, and next Sunday she will attend your church. To kind of keep. Have you ever thought about suggesting that to her?
Yes.
And what was her thoughts about that when you asked her? Was she in agreement with you?
She's okay with that.
So, what's the problem? Well, she's okay with you.
I'm not The main thing that I'm upset about is her just going out of the way without mentioning it to me that she was going to baptize our daughter.
And you wanted your daughter to be baptized in Baptist instead of
Exactly.
Okay, I understand that. And did she say why she didn't communicate that to you that she was getting your daughter baptized?
Yes, because she knew I wasn't going to agree with it.
And so when she baptized the daughter and you found out, how did you find out?
She told me after it was all said and done.
And your daughter, your wife, how did you respond? What was your reaction?
I was angry.
And when you say you was angry, was it to the point that you said, "Hey, I told you I didn't want my child to be a Catholic, or I didn't want my daughter to be Catholic, or I just didn't approve that you doing this on my consent"? How was your response?
I was more angry about that she could have at least brought it to my attention that she was going to do it, but she didn't do that. So yeah, I was more angry about that than anything.
So what does your wife tell me? Do she have any concerns? You said that you feel that Catholics are misled. Do your wife have any concerns about Baptists?
Same thing. She think that I'm being misled.
And when you say misled, what is your, when you mean misled, explain to me when you mean misled.
I mean, because every religion have different beliefs. And she has her own beliefs with being Catholic, and I have my own beliefs of being Baptist.
So who's to prove that you're not being misled, or how can you say that she's been misled and you don't know that, everybody have their own beliefs? So how do you know that by her religion is being misled? How do you know yours is not being misled?
Who's to say hers is not being misled?
You're absolutely right. So has she communicated to you that she feel like Baptists are misled? Their religion is misleading.
This the thing. I think she should have brought it to my attention before she baptized her. And with her being so young, I think she should have just waited till maybe her being daughter being a teenager, so she can kind of, maybe make the decision on her own, or.
So what I'm hearing you saying that you feel like it's too young for a 3-year-old to be baptized.
I think it would have been too young for her to be baptized as Baptist too. I don't want to be selfish.
So what age do you think is appropriate for a child to be baptized?
In between the ages, youngest at 13 or 14 maybe.
Is that something that you was taught as a child? How are you baptized?
Yes.
How old was you?
I got baptized when I was 14.
Okay, so do you feel that that's the reason why? Because you was baptized at a teenage years, you think that's the appropriate age to be baptized?
Yes.
Is your wife baptized?
Yes.
How old was she when she got baptized?
She was 13.
Okay. So, what was the reason? Did the 3-year-old communicate, say, "Hey, mama, I want to be baptized"? How did it come about the 3-year-old being baptized?
I'm sure she had nothing to do with it. It was all on her mother.
So you feel like
being so young.
So you feel like that your wife kind of persuaded or suggested, "Hey, my 3-year-old needs to be baptized"?
I'm sure she did.
Okay. Are your parents Baptist?
Yes, both of them.
Both of them Baptist. Okay. And have you in your church that you was raised up, no one in your church has ever been baptized under the age of 14 or under the age of 10?
I'm not sure. I couldn't prove that.
So how do you know that the age of 3 is the wrong age to be baptized?
Because I think you should let the child kind of determine whether they want to be, especially if you got both parents claiming different religions. I think we should let the kids get old enough for them to make their own decision. Let them study both words, I guess. until they're old enough to determine which one they want. You know.
Yeah, I agree. But what I do think that in a situation by you all having different beliefs, I feel that I do recommend that one day, well, every other Sunday, or you all kind of rotate with attending. She would attend your church, and vice versa. You will go attend her church. Do you think your wife is open to doing something like that?
I'm sure she would be.
Does she know that you came? Did she know that you were seeking therapy for something?
She don't know.
So, is it kind of like contradicting that you should have brought this in so you and your wife could have came in together and
Yes.
and you did this without her consent?
Right.
You don't.
Just like she did the deciding on the baptism.
So, do you think your wife is open to coming to the next session and you communicating this, or not even this, coming to your next session, that if you could go home today and explain to her, hey, Miss Lewis, or your wife, hey, I would like for us to, I have an issue with this, but I'm willing to, if you attend my church.
Yes.
Do she feel that? I heard you say early in the session that you feel that a wife should follow their husband.
Mm-hmm.
Do she feel that? Does she feel like she's obligated to follow your church simply because she's married to you?
She usually does. It just when it comes to religion, I don't know. It's the first time ever going against me or something.
Mm-hmm. And it was kind of hurtful. Would you say you was kind of hurt?
Yes, I was.
Okay. What I would recommend is that, like I said, this next session, I want you to come back next week, and I want you to bring Miss Lewis with you, and I want you and Miss Lewis to both sit down. First, I want you to go home and explain to her, but I want you and her to sit down, and we communicate I want you to communicate to her how you feel about your 3-year-old, your 3-year-old being baptized without your consent, how that was kind of hurtful. And maybe you all can come into an agreement with, rotating the churches that you attend one Sunday of hers and the opposite Sunday. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well, I will schedule for next Tuesday at 5 p.m. and I would like you to come with Miss Lewis. But in the meantime, I want you to kind of speak with her about that.
Okay, thank you. Will do.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis, and you have a great one.
Thank you. You too.